All right, let's stay with this story and speak to Tshepo, who's our economics editor here at the SABC. Tshepo, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time. So I'm going to get to what the minister had to say this afternoon in just a moment. But this entity at some point, and I know that we've just referenced it, the Mpati Commission, at some point there was an entire commission looking at what was going wrong there. Here we are again now. Governance problems are coming. This latest crisis is a huge concern, isn't it?
Yeah, clearly issues that were raised during the Mpati Commission were not completely dealt with. Yes, the chairperson of the Government Employee Pension Fund is saying everything has been addressed. And of course, it's with exception of the appointment of an independent chairperson. But you remember that the PIC Act says that the Deputy Finance Minister or Deputy Minister within the economic cluster can be appointed. And that was actually, it is the Parliament that changed that. In the past, you could actually appoint anyone. You remember Ruel Khoza, at some point, Tito Mboweni appointed him to the chair. So you could appoint anyone, but after that, government was very intentional, particularly Parliament, to ensure that it can only be the Deputy Minister from the economic cluster. So, of course, those are recommendations. It's not in the statutes. So, I expect that even whoever the Minister of Finance is going to be appointing will be from the economic cluster, will be a deputy minister.
The statement by the Finance Minister, I want to take from some of what it says, right? It's quite telling. He says he asked the board to resign or make representations to him, and he also says it's good and necessary for the Deputy Finance Minister to step aside given the challenges confronting the institution. And then we look at that resignation letter from yesterday, where the Deputy Minister says, I'm hoping that there's not going to be a sweeping of, under the carpet of some of the investigations here. What are we reading into all of this?
So firstly, there's going to be, hopefully it will still happen, AGM on Monday. And then on Tuesday, the suspended CEO will be in court. Now, the board was actually hoping that court, they will be able to ventilate the reasons why they suspended Patrick Dlamini. So the Deputy Minister, I think, was actually making reference to that he thinks that there are very strong case that they have made against the suspended CEO. So they would want those issues to come out. Clearly, the board was divided in half. There were those who were more aligned to the CEO, and it looks like the minister had an ear for those who were on the side of the CEO. And of course, you had the lot who were on the other side, and I think they probably were standing with the deputy minister. And clearly, I mean, one can imagine the relationship that is going to be between the minister and the deputy minister, because clearly you can tell. So there are decisions. Of course, the minister believes that as the shareholder representatives, he has authority. And the board, and as well as the chairman of the board, believes that they have their fiduciary obligations and they have the right to take certain decisions. And it's quite murky, in fact, because remember there was an investigation into Akopolo, the Lenseria. The CEO actually went back and investigated that, and the board said that, look, you didn't have authority, we didn't approve that investigation. There were certain things that he said he had uncovered about that money. I mean, remember PIC paid over 300 million, which the B partner did not service that debt, and then further on the PIC still had to pay those shareholders because the PIC had to take over that stake, and the B partners had to walk with another 400 million for doing nothing. And then you have the CEO who said, I investigated this, but the board is saying, but you didn't have authority to investigate this. So, you know, it's quite...
Yeah, we're back there again, eh? We're back there again. And as you say, Tshepo, because now it's interesting, given the dynamics that we see, you're talking about with the Deputy Minister and the Minister. The Minister speaks about how he's going to be consulting Cabinet when it comes to the issue of getting this new board. But whoever he puts in, it's going to be important for stability, because this is a serious entity. It's a big one. It cannot fail. It cannot continue to have these governance issues that we're seeing. So let's talk about this need for stability now with whoever he's going to be bringing on board.
Surely when you're managing such assets, confidence is your currency. People must believe that you are doing the right thing. Their money is being used the right way. But there has been a lot of stories about the PIC and how it invests, especially the non-listed entity, the so-called, is it Isibaya? There's been a lot of stories that they are, you know, not using it the way it should. There's a lot of, you know, people who are aligned or affiliated to the ruling party that are benefiting from such deals, and many of them are not even able to repay that money. It's written off, and so forth. So the entity has to redeem itself, and of course the government employee pension fund must actually come out and say enough is enough. But you could tell that, I mean, I spoke to Franz Baleni. He said, no, everything is going well. Yes, we understand that there are these issues. But for us is, you know, we just want to be assured that everything is okay. And indeed, we've been assured by the Finance Minister that, no, don't worry, we are dealing with this issue. But for how long? For how long has this been happening? I mean, the issue of the chairperson being an independent person to chair the board, I don't think that is going to happen. Clearly, that's definitely not going to happen, because the cabinet was intentional that should not happen. It must be a deputy minister, and it's going to be a deputy minister unless the law is changed. So,
after so much money, eh?
Yeah, no, it is a concern.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think confidence and, you know, the PIC as well as the Government Employee Pension Fund should take millions of public servants and those who have retired into their confidence and say, you know, we've got this right. But so far, there are a lot of questions.
There are so many of them, Tshepo, and as you say, it's going to be, you know, quite critical to get a sense and understanding here as to where to from here. Let's see then what Monday has in store for us. So this is a story that has had so many twists and turns, so do not go too far. I suspect on Monday we're going to be in conversation with you once again. Tshepo Mongoai there, trying to help us understand exactly what is taking place with regards to the PIC. So if you have been watching this particular story, I'm sure it is one of the stories that stands out for you. So certainly a lot of concern here. Tshepo Mongoai, our economics editor, they're tracking this particular story very closely, and will continue then to keep you informed.